Good morning to all of you. So, still not our discussion. Yeah. So, guys, do you know about this? Do you know about some concepts about the Python? Okay. So, why I'm asking this one means, so to learn this Django framework, okay, to learn this Django framework, what are the prerequisites means Python language is required. So, even though you are not completing Python, then no problem. Okay. So minimum knowledge about the Python related minimum knowledge we need to have. That is first of all why Python is required. Why Python is required. What features provided by Python. Understand this one? So Python data structures. Data types are there, sir. So about Python data types and how creating the classes, how creating the functions. So this concept is important. Understand? So some base points, if you know about the Python, then very easily understanding about the Django framework. So without knowing any single line of Python, so you are not able to learn the Python, Django. Understand, sir? So you need to have some minimum concepts inside your Python. So then successfully you can understanding this Django framework. You getting this point? Okay. First of all, so if you want to learn Django, so what are the prerequisites means Python. This is we discussed already. Okay, last session only we discussed these all things. And the introduction about the framework. So some basic points we discussed. Introduction about the frameworks we discussed. So I'll take care of that one. Wait. Okay. So you can see here. I'll take care. Okay, now you can see sir here. Introduction about the framework. First of all, what is the framework? These points last session we discussed, sir. So set up instructions. Set of instructions are called program. We are calling program, sir. What is the program? Means set of instruction called program. For example, in Python, you know, sir, database variables we are creating. A equal to 10, this is the one variable. B equal to 20, this is our variable. C equal to plus B, means result I am adding, sir. Result I am adding. Next, by using different, I am going to print this result. Do you understand? Okay, this is my Python related program, sir. Assumption. So here, each line we can call one statement, nothing but one instruction. First instruction, tell you store into A. This is one instruction. Store 20 value into variable. This is second instruction. Third instruction, add A variable and B variable and the results as into C variable. This is the third instruction. Finally, we are going to print that result. This is the fourth instruction. Okay. So set of instruction, each line is a one instruction, sir. Set of instructions are called program. Understand? So this is, for example, I'm considering like a addition program, addition.py. Python files extension.py we are writing. As a Python developer, you know these all things. Okay. So this is a addition program, set of instructions. Now, what is the software? What is software, sir? So software is nothing but set of programs, sir. Set of instructions, nothing but program. Set of programs, nothing but software. For example, here again I have A equal 10, B equal 20, next C equal to, for example, B minus A, then print the C I'm asking, sir. Yes, understand? So this is I'm calling like a subtraction program. .py. Understand? Okay. Same like one more program multiplication, one more for division. Like a number of programs are there. Assumption like this. Okay. So set of these all programs. Nothing but software. For example, addition, subtraction, multiplication, divisions, these all things are by using one software. I'm developing that software is nothing but calculator. Understand one? So calculator software I developed, sir. So using calculator we can do addition, we can do subtraction, we can do multiplication like that. Understand one? So softwares, why we are using, why required softwares means, so using softwares, we are reducing burden on the user. We are reducing burden on the users. Okay. For example, you want to print, sir. You want to calculate. So for example, so 200 into 200 into 200 into I want to print for example 40. Okay, 200 into how much? So this is some burden to calculating is. For example, I'm writing 156 into 156 into 256. I'm writing, sir. Okay, so this result I want to get. Sorry, guys. Okay, 156 into 56. Okay, easily we are unable to calculate. We need to take pen paper. We need to do calculation. Then only we can get the output. But using calculate software, using calculator software. For example, nowadays people are using smart mobiles. In our smart mobiles only calculate also there. Okay, so using our calculator we can do this all calculation very easily. Understand? So calculator inside our mobile, that calculator is nothing but software. Software is nothing but application only, sir. Do you understand? Okay. So that's why set of instruction called program we are calling. Set of programs we are calling. Set of programs we are calling software. Software is used for providing a lot of advantages to users. Okay. So using software, human beings are going very easy. Human beings are going very easy, sir. For example, if you are taking bank example, you can take in bank, what you can do, sir? So you can deposit money, we can withdraw money, we can check balance inquiry like this, and number of things we can do. Okay. Olden days, all customers going to bank, they are depositing money, they are withdrawing money, can check the inquiry. Okay, balance inquiry. So these all things personally you are doing. So you need to go bank location manually, and there you are asking, or else if you want to deposit or withdraw, one form you are filling, and then you are taking back money or else depositing. But later softwares developed are ATM softwares developed. Okay, so after came ATM softwares, so we are not going to bank location, we are going to ATM location. We can withdraw money, we can deposit money. Some ATMs are we can deposit our CDM machines we are calling. Okay, so and you get the balance inquiry. Understand, son? Means we are not going bank location directly, we are going ATM location. So we are checking on. So a lot of time we are saving, sir. Understand? So I'm not going to ATM location also. Online services, SBI.com, SBIOnlineSolutions.com, or else HDFCOnline.com. Okay, a number of online sites are there, sir, banks. Okay, so using your username password directly, you are logging with your account using your in your home only. So in front of your mobile or in front of your laptop, you are sitting and using your Google, you can directly log in into your account. Okay, then you can transfer some money to your friend account, or else you can check the balance and see. Like these all things are. So these all things makes the human things are very easy, sir. Human works are very easy. Okay, so how it is possible? Because of software. Software is used for communicating the one electronic device with other electronic device. Okay, or else one application to another application communication purpose, software is required. Okay, for example, I have SBI account, you have HDFC account. From the account, I want to send some amount to your account. Understand, one? Then I need to go to bank and I no need to go to draw money. I no need to go. I know to give you personally money. Okay, direct I will send from my home only using Google internet location. Okay, then in your account all amount deposited. You can later draw. Understand, one? So like this, software placing a important role nowadays. Right, thousands of applications people are developing real time. works very easily. But to developing softwares, we require frameworks. To developing the software, we require frameworks. Understand? So a set of actions called a program. So the one word definitions I'll give you. Set of programs are called software. Understand? Okay. So to developing the software, what required? Frameworks required. Understand? Framework required. So different languages having the different frameworks. Using frameworks very easily we can develop in the softwares. This one, okay. So framework is nothing but a collection of predefined classes and APIs. Collection of predefined classes and APIs. APIs stands for application programming interface. So API is nothing like a libraries. So for example, Python has so many libraries. Each library having some different meaning. So same like framework is having collection of libraries and collection of classes. Using of these predefined classes and libraries, we can developing our applications more effectively. Okay. So this is the process about the framework. So different languages having different frameworks. Different languages having different frameworks. Okay. So for example, you can take Python language. Python is a language. Python related Django is a framework. Okay. Flask is a framework. Next, Java taking Java. So Java side Spring framework is there. Trust framework is there. Okay. Framework is there. Next, .NET side, ASP, .NET, .NET framework there, sir, and MV framework is there. Understand? Like this, different languages having the different frameworks. If you want to developing any application, we need to know any one language like Python, Java, .NET, like a number of languages are there. Okay, so any language you need to know, and language related frameworks we need to be learn. At least one framework you need to learn. At least one language, one framework. If you are learning multiple frameworks also, no problem. That is increasing your skills. Understand, man? Okay. So using Python, if you want to developing application, then Python language we are learning, and then Django work we are learning for developing the web applications. Flask also you can use compared to Django. Flask is having less mark. So 90% projects are going. 90% projects are going on Django only. Only % projects are going on Flask. That's why we are giving high priority to Django. Using Django, high level applications, low level applications, medium level applications, like this, a lot of applications we can develop. Okay, but Flask is not suitable for high level language applications. This is for medium level and small level only. Okay, so Django is using for developing the web applications. Are you understand? Okay, so Python, we can tell Python is a general purpose language, sir. Python is a general purpose language. We can say, sir. Can you say Python is a general purpose language? Means after learning Python, you can learn artificial intelligence. You can learn deep learning. Okay. So data science you do, robotics you can do, machine learning you can do. Okay, and then Django you can learn, sir. Understand, sir? So using Python, I mean, if you want to join artificial intelligence, Python is required. Learning, Python required data science, Python required robotics, Python required. Django also required Python knowledge, sir. Are you understand this one? Okay, now assumptions are here. So 100 people learning AI, artificial intelligence. Again 100. So each course is joining by 100 students assumption. Okay. So Django also joining the 100 students. Understand this one? So here how many people are joining Django? 100 people are joining Django. Okay. Total Python how many people are joining means? So 500 people are joining Python. That's why nowadays Python is having more markets and world throughout world Python is having more market. Okay. Why means Python is acting like a general purpose programming language to learn any course, any other course. Okay. So Java people also, .NET people also nowadays learning this Python. Are you getting it? Okay, this is the reason, sir. So people are learning Django means so using this Django people can do web applications. People can do web applications like Amazon site, Flipkart site, Facebook site, and so on, WhatsApp, like so many are related. So these all things are using the Django framework we can developing. Is it clear? Okay. So now Python is the language. Python language related framework is Django framework for developing the web applications. Okay. Flask also is a framework only. Flask also framework only. Are getting it? So we can play Flask also. That is the question. Okay. But so right now we are giving priority to Django only. Maybe in future, maybe this Flask is getting popular, but right now 90% market is going on Django framework only. Still the differences later. Okay. Yeah. Now what is a Django? What is a Django means? Django is a framework, Python related framework. Django is a Python framework. Python framework. Why means Django is developing purely by using the Python language only. By using Python language only, Django is developing completely. Okay. So Python rules and regulations what are available? Same rules available for Django framework also. Get this one? So Django is a web framework of Python language. I mean, it's developing purely by using the Python language only. Okay. So by using Django framework, we can developing the applications. We can developing the applications very easily with less time. Understand? By using the Django framework, we can developing the applications very easily with less time, with less cost, and providing the best performance of the application. Guys, understand this one? So using Django, if you are developing in Django, if you are developing any application, so what we are getting benefits means so time saving, less time, okay, time saving, and if you are doing cost saving, okay, and performance increasing, okay. So any application if you are developing, there is three steps are main important, sir. With less time, with less cost, giving the best performance of application. Okay. So meanwhile, a lot of benefits also you are getting when you are getting the jobs. Okay. So using Django, less code we are writing, I mean Django is by default comes with 80% code. Django is by default comes with 80% code. So we are responsible to develop. The remaining 20%, 20% code only. Okay. By using the C% code, we develop this remaining 20% code. That's why less lines of code only we are writing. Okay. So less lines code you are writing means obviously time saving, sir. Okay. And less lines code you are writing means obviously memory we are saving, sir. Program memory. Okay. Memory saving means obviously cost saving. Understand one? Time saving means obviously cost saving. One project 3 months you are developing, same project within the 2 months we are developing means 1 month time saving, 1 month salary savings. Understand, son? So that is the process. And less code you are writing means readability is increasing, complexity decreasing. Guys, understand, son? So like this, a number of benefits are there if you are using Django framework to developing our applications. Guys, understanding this point? Okay, that's why Django is getting more demanding nowadays. So why Java only? Why not Java related frameworks? Okay, if you are thinking like that to developing this application, so one small example takes a small example. Use Java language. Hello message. I want to print a hello message. How do you print, sir? So in Java, class keyword followed by class name, any name, and followed by curly brace structure. Java follows curly brace structure. Python follows column structure. Initials. Okay. So group of statements we can maintaining in between the curly brace in Java. Now here public static void main is the method here, main. Okay. Now here again string args. Now here curly brace you are going to start again. Now here now we are getting class system is a class, out is a defined object, println is a predefined method. Okay, and the C column also requires 100% in Java. Now here we are going to write hello message. Are you getting this one? So in Java, if you want to print this hello message, then you need to have knowledge about these all things. What is the keyword? What is the sample user defined name? And the meaning of public, static, void, main, string, args, each having a predefined meaning, sir. And what is a system? What is out? What is a challenge? If you know about these all things, means you are reading about these all things, then you are able to print this hello message. Okay, but if I'm using Python, this is using what, sir? This is using the Java. So if using Python, if I'm using Python to print hello message, simply if you know about print method, if you know about the print method, that is enough. Okay? So here we are going to write hello. So no semicolon also. Here semicolon also required. Okay. By using print method, we can print text type messages. We can print any messages. By using print method, we can print output or else a response on the screen. Okay. So this is a Python related print method behavior. Okay. So only if you are learning about print method behavior is what they are able to print the message. Okay. So same message using Java. These all lines you are writing, sir. For only single message you are writing here single line, but here you are writing multiple lines. But real time application you are developing means thousands of lines code we are going to write, sir. Thousands of lines code we are going to write. So using Java, if you are writing, for example, 1000 lines code you created, but same requirement, same project using Python if you are doing, okay, then so 300-400 lines enough, 1000 lines, 300 or 400 lines code enough instead of writing 1000 lines code. Okay, so 1000 lines code you are writing means time taking more, performance decreasing, memory taking more, cost increasing, like a number of drawbacks are there using Java compared to Python. Okay, so that's why nowadays all people are redirected to Python. Understand? Okay, so that's why we are choosing to develop our application purpose Django framework. Why means Django framework is developing purely by using Python language. So using Python you are getting a lot of benefits. Same benefits you are going to get using the Django also, plus some extra advantages also you are going to get, sir. Is it understanding, guys? Okay, that's next. Now history we are going to discuss, sir. History. Okay, so these things also we discussed last session. This is the demo session only, that's why I'm giving again and again. Okay, yeah. So For interview purpose, some basic history we need to know, sir. Not exactly required all the history, but you need to have the knowledge. If any person, any crack fellow asking questions of history, okay, we need to give answer. That purpose. So Django was introduced. Okay, Django was developed in the year 2003, sir. In the year 2003, Django was started as an internal project. In the year 2003, Django was started as an internal project in Lawrence, in Lawrence Journal World, Lawrence Journal World newspaper organization. The company, sir. Okay, so this is a new channel company. In 2003, as an internal project in Lawrence Journal World Newspaper Organization, this Django was started. Okay, who started, sir? So we are calling authors, sir. Who started means Adrian and Simon Wilson. These two are developers, sir. Adrian and Simon Wilson are the developers of our Django framework. So these both developers, Adrian and Simon Wilson, are working in this organization. As web application developers. These both are as a web application developers working in this company, sir. Okay, for company purpose. They are developing multiple applications. They are developing the multiple applications. Okay, so while they are developing multiple applications, they feel some burden. They feel like a burden. Okay, so what is the burden means? They are created same time in all project, same code in multiple times. For example, you can say, so database handling purpose, some group of lines they are writing, sir. Okay, admin related. Okay, so database, admin, these all things at the time of developing our project, you are going to get clearly. So admin related, again multiple lines of code we are writing, sir. Authentication related, again multiple lines of code we are writing. Authentication means, for example, registration, login, logout, profiles. These all things comes authentication, permissions. Okay, and okay, right now assumption there is 3 modules, just like these 3 modules. Understand, sir? So my project 1, nothing but application 1 I'm calling. In application 1, I used these 3 concepts: database related, admin related, and authentication related. Now I have another application. Which name as app2. So here also database related multiple lines code I written, and admin related also multiple lines code I written. Same codes are already in application 1 I used. Okay, and authentication related also same code I used. Here some different logics we used, sir. I used, for example, templates related. Okay, next one more application I'm using, sir. One application I'm developing, app3. So here also same thing, sir. DB related required logics, admin related required logics, authentication related required logics. Okay, now we are writing here different concepts. For example, forms concept, assumption. Okay, so here in 3 applications I'm developing 3 applications. What are the common code means? There is 3 modules: DB module, admin module, authentication module. So these 3 modules are common in 3 applications, sir. Okay, app to app, these are the changing. Here I'm not writing any new code. Understand, one? Okay, so when they are developing like a number of applications, they are feeling like some burden. We are writing every time same code again and again, multiple times. Okay, so this is nothing but a duplicate code, and number of times we are using. That's why they decided, sir. Our authors Adrian and Simon decided we need to take these all common features outside from these applications. Okay, So these are all red box. These are all pictures taken outside. Okay, separately they maintained here. Separately they maintained here, which containing DB related, admin related, authentication related assumptions. Okay, now they developed new applications. They developed new applications. Only here they are using templates. They are developing templates only. But this entire one importing into our current HTML. Importing into our current HTML. Understand this one? So here when they are developing new application, they are not writing again every code, every line. Already existing code is there. All command is taken into separate file, maintaining separately. This from this file, this new application meantime, those people taken all these existing features. Okay, and developing these template applications. Okay, this one. So after executing this application, it is getting a best results compared to previous programs. Okay, like a number of applications they developed by using these common features. So these all applications given best results, matured results given. Okay, that's why they decided. Okay, this common file is giving a lot of benefits for developing in new applications. That's why we need to continue this common file. We need to continue this common file as a framework. Okay, so that's they taken this common file name as Django. Common file name as Django. Here D is a silencer. That's why we are calling Django, not D Django. Do you understand? Django. So why they taken our frame name as Django only? Why not other name? So many names are there. Why not our name? Why they taken Django only means our developers, who are developers? Adrian and Simon Wilson. These two developers are loving music, sir. Okay, these both are music buffs. Okay, these two persons are music buffs. Nothing but so they are had fan of music. Okay, so in that time one famous guitarist person is there, sir. One famous guitarist person is there. His name is Django Reinhardt. His name is what? Django Reinhardt. This is the name, sir. One famous guitarist person is there. His name is Django Reinhardt. So these two developers, Adrian and Simon Wilson, are loving this person, Django Reinhardt. That's why they taken our framework name as Django based on this person. Are you understand this one? Okay, this is the history, sir. Okay. So later in 2003 they started, sir. In 2005. In 2005, they released to public. Understand, one? They released to public in 2005 as open source and free, as open source and free. Understand this one? Okay. So in 2005 they released it to public as a open source and free means. So 2005 onwards, any person can download our Django software with a free of cost. Okay, and they can use this existing Django code, Django framework related code, and they can develop their new code. Understand this one? So for our own application development purpose, we can use this Django framework instead of Java related, .NET related. These persons are giving to public. Understand this one? So when they are decided, these two developers, when they decided to release to public as the free source, this company people are not agree, sir. Okay, so we need to take some money from the people who are downloading our framework. Okay, so if they are taking charge, if they are taking money means people are not interested to use the framework. So these two developers are not focusing about the money. Okay, they are focusing about the framework development. They are focusing about the name only. Who developed like this, some name coming, sir. Okay, appreciation. So that's why they decided to resign this company, to resign for this company. They decided and they started. Okay, after resigned from this company, they started own organization in 2008. In 2008, they started own organization which name as DSF. Nothing but DSF stands for what, sir? Django Software Foundation. Django Software Foundation. Like one company they started, sir. Adrian and Simon Wilson. Guys, understand this one? So after resigning for this company, they spend a lot of time. These two developers are spending a lot of time on this Django framework, and they introduced a lot of features, new features to this framework. Okay, for developing applications more easily. Guys, understand this one? So in 2008, what version they released? What version they released to public means 1.0 version they released. Okay. In 2019, earlier, I think, but before April, so they released Django 2 versions, 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, like this, and number of versions are there. Okay. In 2019 only, in 2019, late 90s, sir. Okay. I think but almost 2019 December, they released Python 3x version also. Understand this one? Let's understand. In 2008, 1.0 version released. 2019 2x version released. 2019 December 3.x version also released. So whatever we can use. So when new versions are coming, means some new features also add to our programming, our framework. Guys, understand this one? Okay. So this is about the Django history, sir. About the Django history. Okay. So now we will discuss about the Django features. What features it is providing? What feature is providing? We will discuss. Yes, this is the Django features. So Django is providing so many features, sir. So many features it is providing. Because of these all features, our Django is getting more popularity. Understand this one? So Django is first feature is what? Django is free and open. Okay, Django is I can say like open source and getting this one. So any person can download freely without paying money. Okay, they can use Django source code and develop the new applications. That is your open source. Okay, so this open source framework. Next, Django is pure developed by using the Python. Purely developed by using Python. So Python syntaxes are very easy, sir. Same like Django syntax are also very easy compared to other frameworks. Okay, so syntaxes wise, okay, syntax simply I'm writing syntax is very easy syntax we can write. Understand this one? So very easy syntax. When we started development, understanding these all things. Okay. For example, a equal to 10. I want to store value. This is syntax, variable syntax. Okay. But same syntax if you are using Java, so in a equal to 10 and a semicolon, that is window represent memory allocations also. But in Django or else in Python, no need of defining the memory allocations. Python itself understanding memory allocations. Okay, so that is a easy syntax we can say. Guys, understanding this point? Okay. The Python is this is Django. Django is a scalable framework. Django is scalable framework, sir. Scalable framework. So scalable framework means okay. So we can develop by using Django for we can create all levels of applications, all levels of websites. So it is called scalable framework. All levels of websites means low level, medium level, high level applications we can develop in. Low level means for each day, for example, 1,000 people are interacting your applications. Okay, so like a personal application. Medium level means for each day 10,000 people are interacting our application. For example, DurgaSoft online application you can take DurgaSoft solutions. For each day 10,000 people interacting with our application, within our application. This is a medium level application. Understand, friend? So high level, for example, WhatsApp, Facebook, or YouTube, these all kind of applications we are calling high level applications. Every day lakhs of people are interacting with high level applications. Okay, so these all kind of applications we can develop by using the Django framework. So this is technically we are calling scalable framework. And fine. Next feature is versatile framework. Django is a versatile framework. Okay, so versatile means we can create any kind of domain based websites, any kind of domain based sites. Understand, friend? So it is called versatile framework. So any kind of domain based means here. So for example, you can take like a bank related applications we can write, sir. Banking related sectors and e-commerce related. Okay, so e-commerce related or else EMS simple I'm taking it. E-commerce management systems. Okay, and networking related, and healthcare related. Okay, like a number of applications we can develop by using the Django framework. Understand, fine? So the gaming related, animation related, like a number of things you do, sir, by using the Django framework. So this is we are calling versatile framework. Got this one? Okay. Next we can say Django is a portable framework. Okay, Django is a portable framework, sir. So portable means portable framework member. So using Django framework, if we are developing any application, that application we can use in any platform, and that application can communicate with any other applications. This is we are calling portable. Okay, so can see example. Here I have Windows system. I have Windows system. Here I have Linux system. I have some Mac system, for example, Mac OS is there. Okay. So I developed one application. This is my app, sir. This is my app. I develop an application. That application we can use inside Windows system. Means using Windows platform we can execute. Using a Linux platform we can execute. Using a Mac platform we can execute. Understand? For example, this application using a Windows platform by using a Django framework I developed. By using Django framework, using Windows platform I developed, sir. Okay. Later this same application I can execute on Linux system. I can execute on Mac OS also, Mac systems. Okay, and my Django application can interact with Java application, can interact with .NET application. Okay, without doing any coding changes, without doing any code modifications for different platforms, If we are developing any application, that application we can call. If you are developing any application, any framework, that framework we call portable framework. Okay, or else cross-platform also. Cross-platform, nothing but Windows to Mac system can communicate, Windows to Linux can communicate, Linux to Mac can communicate like this. So via this application, we can interact with all applications. This is we are calling cross-platform. Technically, we are calling portable framework. Got it? This one? Okay. So next feature, it's supporting the all major databases support. All major data support is there by Django framework. Okay. So using Django framework, if you are downloading any application, that application can interact with any kind of databases. Means the Django framework is providing a ready-made structure for interacting with different databases. Okay. For example, different database what are available, sir? Oracle we have, okay, and MySQL we have, and SQL server we have, MongoDB we have, sir. MongoDB, PostgreSQL, like a number of databases are there, sir. Okay, so using a Django framework, we can interact with any database or your application. Okay, so separate setting, ready-made settings provided by Django framework. So when we are starting our discussion programmatically, we will use the database connections. Okay, so no need of how we are interacting with databases. So only just 4-5 lines code only, 4-5 lines ready-made code. One day you are understanding communicating with the database means until day end we are writing same code. Okay, so that much easy provided by Django. And one more benefit is see, if you want to use all databases, first of all we need to separately download this database. We need to install in our local system. Okay, then using our application we can communicate with this database. Okay, Django by default comes with one default DB, which name as a default DB, like SQLite 3, SQLite 3. This is the one of the database. Okay, so default database by default comes with this default database. Hence, when we are creating applications using Django framework, no need of installing any database separately. Directly we use this database. Means along with the Django framework, we are also getting SQLite 3 database automatically. No, I don't want to use this default database. I want to use this kind of databases. Means we can add 3-4 lines settings. Okay, then we communicate. And another one is Django by default with admin site. So by default comes with admin site. Okay, so admin site means as a developer, if you are developing one application, every application related admins also there, sir. Okay, this is what my application. So my application purpose admin users we are calling admin users. I'll write bottom side admin users and general users like customers users. Okay, so using our application, admin people, okay, admin people can interact with our application. Users also interact with our application via our application. For example, here my database is there, here my DB is there. Okay, admin users are using our application interacted with the database to managing the DB, and normal users also using application interacted with the database and managing the database. Understand one? So like this, for every application purpose, admin interaction required. Every application required admin interaction for interact with the database. Okay. So developing this application using Django framework. Using Django framework, you are developing, sir. Okay. So as a developer, what is our responsibility means for user interaction purpose, we are going to write the logic. User interaction purpose, we are going to write the logics. But admin interaction purpose, we are not going to write the logics. Why means by default admin interaction related site already developed in our Python, in our application Django framework. Okay, So directly we can import admin related code, then we can display admin site. Thanks for. So any application if you are developing, admin code 100% required, but without developing admin code manually using Django framework, ready-madely we are going to get. Ready-madely you are getting means obviously a lot of the time saving. We are reducing the burden on developers. Guys understands what I am talking? Okay. So this is also one of the benefit of admin related, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, admins are allowed to change in our application any changes? Can
Admins using our application, they will updating coding, sir. For example, one site you can take, Zomato site you can take, Zomato site. So Zomato or Swiggy, like so many online services are for food ordering purpose. Admin persons interact with the database by using our applications. They will change the daily items cost, sir. For example, today item cost is 200. Okay, tomorrow that cost is maybe 50 only, and day after tomorrow 250. So like this, admin interacting with our database user application, they will handle the data. Users using our application, okay, they will also going to database. They will find the what is item cost and they will buy it. Okay, so admins data interaction purpose ready-madely developed this. Yeah, can ask your doubt.
okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Next, if you are taking any applications or real-time application, so login page, register page, logout page, profile page, like a number of pages we are seeing sort of applications. Okay, so these all for user interaction purpose. Users interaction purpose. Okay, so for user interaction purpose, ready-madely one application given. For example, that is auth application. Along with the Java framework, we are getting by default this auth application. Nothing but authentication related. Okay, so this authentication is having a top default coding. Okay, so using this authentication application, we can get a registration page, login page, logout pages, password changes, forgot password. These are all things without writing our manually. Ready-made code we can get, sir, in this authentication application. Understands one? Okay, I don't want this default code. I want my own code. If you are deciding like creating login page, registration page like this, you write your own code, no problem. Understands one? According to requirement, you can write your own code. Otherwise, you can use default code also. So if you are using default code, we are having a lot of time. Okay, so this is also one of the best feature provided by Django framework. Understand one? Next, default code. More packages are coming by default. More packages. Or else simply take modules. More modules provided by Django framework. So because of this all modules assumption, if you are installing Django framework, then Django framework by default comes with a lot of modules. By default comes with a lot of modules. So these all modules code, if you are mixing, then almost 70 to 8% code is there, sir. 70 to 80% code is coming by default. Okay, so when we are installing Django, lot of modules are coming along with Django. So these are modules code, if you are mixing, 70 to 80% code is there. Understands one? So this 70 to 80% code, this 70 to 80%, we are not doing compilation. We are not doing compile, sir. Okay, by default, this 70-80% code is pre-compiled already and going to use only. So as a developer, when you are deciding to developing your application, we are responsible to developing remaining 30-20% code only. Okay, 30-20% code only. We are handling, we are going to write 30 or 20% code only and can reuse this 70 to 80% predefined code. So that's why this Django framework is getting more demanding. When we are going to develop our applications, so we will use all admin side to authentication related, templates related, database related, all ready-made we can use, and according to our requirement, we will add some lines of code. Okay, so that's why Django framework is getting more demanding. And next point is more secure. Yes, I'll give you time. You can ask
Okay.
once completing. Okay, I'll interact with you. Okay, so more secure. Django is providing more secure to application. Why means? So it comes to default 70 to 80% code. Using this 70 to 80% code, I mean the 20 to 80% code already pre-compiled and pre-secured. We are going to provide development. We are going to develop 30 to 20%, and we are going to provide security to this 30 to 20% code only. Not this. This is all already developed. Okay. So how Django is providing security to our predefined code means, for example, so one tag is there, sir. This is we are calling. Okay, tag later I will write. So CSRF we are calling. One concept is there. So when we are starting our development, we are getting this one. Okay? So CSRF token means cross-site request forgery. CSRF stands for cross-site request forgery. When we are sending the request from one application to another application via URLs, in middle hackers may access our request. They may do changes. Okay, but Django by default for every request one security code also sending. That is you are called CSRF middleware token. CSRF middleware token. Okay, so that token is changing for every request. The token is changing for every request to request changing. That's why the token is understanding is that not that much easy. CSRF token also being in the form of alphanumeric characters, in the form of string. Alphanumeric. Alpha means characters, numeric means numbers. Okay. For example, whatever the characters you want, numbers. Okay. So like this, combinations. So like this, some security code generated by default. For every request, internally one security code also generated. So this is understanding not easy. By seeing this one, understanding is not that much easy. So this is by default provided by CSRF token Django, and this is a hidden field. Even though you are accessing, so your form are employee name, employee salary, address, like some fields you can, those fields you can access, but it's a hidden field we cannot access. This is hiding. So like this, Django is providing some default to security for transferring the data from one to another place. This one, so like not only these things are when we are developing applications, so many things you are getting. For example, messages related. If I'm going to create registration or login, okay, so suddenly my registration is failed, then immediately I want to display error message. Okay, then for displaying the messages for error messages purpose, so by default comes with one module, messages module. Using this message module, successful messages, error messages, like this we can display, sir. Do you understand this one? And login page, register page, like HTML, sir, if you want to develop, sir. Okay, for example, you can take registration page, login page, logout page, feedback page, contact form, Durga contacting. Okay, you are registered, you are giving feedback like this. Number forms are there. So this kind of forms, if you want to develop, HTML we are using generally to develop the forms. What we are using HTML codes generally, all languages. But Django by default providing forms concept. One concept is there. By default in forms concept, by using this forms concept, we can create forms. Like create form, contact form, update form, delete form, like this without using HTML types. without using HTML form input fields. Direct using Django only we can develop. So if you are using Django related form concept, what are the benefits instead of HTML? These are at the time of learning form concept you are going to get. Like a number of features provided by Django framework. That's why nowadays Django framework is getting more demanding developing our applications. Guys, are you understanding these points? Okay. So by combining, because of these all features, finally you are getting what are the advantages? Mainly, sir, any organization, any company is looking for always three main factors. To developing the applications. What are those three main factors means? So time they need to save. To developing the application purpose, they need to save the time saving. Okay, and cost must be saving. Within the less cost, they need to develop the project. Okay, and performance they need to give high. Performance need to be increasing. These factors. Okay, within the lesson with the less cost, I need to develop the best application. There is 3 points. There is 3 facts achieved using the Django framework compared to any other frameworks. That's why this Django is getting more popularity, guys. Guys, are you understanding these points? I hope you are understanding. Okay. So and whatever we discussed are here points. Every point related explanation. More clearly you are getting, sir. Each point related what is answers, what is a syntax is very easy, what is scalable, what is a versatile. That is every point related 1 or 2 lines related statements you are going to get. Okay, advantage frameworks, what is a framework, what is a program, what is a software, why Python is a general purpose language. Okay, what languages or what frameworks are there for each language. Like these all things theoretically you are going to get. I'll share documentation. I will take your mail 1 or 2 days within 1 or 2 days. Okay, and regularly what concept we discussing, the concept related theory I'll send to you, and class notes also. Previous offline batches I given class notes are okay. It's clear that all the things are. So class notes PDF files are there. PDF also I'll send, and there's a text files also send, and the same thing what we practiced once. There's projects also I'll do your mail every day. Okay, and the same time video ads also you are going to get. For example, one day suddenly you are missed, then you can access video and you can listen that. Next one. So this is in our sessions going to be discussed, sir. You guys understand this one? So until here, all our Django features we discussed clearly, sir. So next what we are going to do means how we are installing this Django. How we are installing this Django framework. After installing, what application coming by default into our system. Okay, using this Django, how we are going to create application, create project. Like these all basic fundamentals going to learn next session. You guys understand this one? Okay. So thank you guys up to here. Remember this one, and next session we will meet up. Thank you guys, and I'll interact with you so you can ask whatever you have doubts. Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me, madam.
On what basis we are saying this application is medium level, high level? When we're talking about scalable feature in Django, you said number of users communicate with this application. More number of users communicate application, that will be high level. You said, right? It's not based on complexity of that application. I mean, this is
based on the request. It is based on the request. For example, when sometimes hundreds of people same time sending the request at a time. For example, 10th class results you can take. So when results are releasing, then thousands of people sending requests. Then our application performance is sucking. Okay, we are not getting the response immediately, sir. So our server is stuck. Okay, so if you are using any other kind of languages for developing the applications, then maybe our servers are stuck. But using Django, if you are developing, so more requests are coming at a time also. No problem. Our server is handling perfectly. Okay, so that kind of based. This is we are calling scalable. At a time, lakhs of requests coming also, our server can bear those all requests.
Okay, thank you,
Okay,
sir. And
based on the request.
here we said that Django have more modules.
Yes,
That means here modules means Python modules only, or there are separate modules for Django. Here we are
Django for
using Python language
yeah.
only.
See, Python concepts, basic rules and conditions, variable, how creating classes, how creating functions, how creating these rules only we are using, madam. Okay, the
Okay,
Django
okay.
having separate methods. For example, in Python, what method you are using for printing output? Print method you are using.
Print.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
But in Django, we are not using printer. In Django, we are not using printer. Django having separate methods. For example, HTTP response method we have. So using HTTP response method, here we are printing whatever you want. Okay. So HTTP response method, when using different methods are there, madam. Render method is there. Render method when we are using. Redirect method is there. Redirect method when we are using. Like this, all Django related only we are doing. So Django having architecture. Once you are understanding that architecture, easily you can solve your programs. I mean, you can create Django projects. Okay, so
Okay, thank you,
Python
sir.
related fundamentals only using, but not exactly we are using Python concepts. Understand, fun?
Okay,
This is the
thank you, sir.
point. In Python, strings we are writing like this. Strings within the quotes or double quotes. So this string value I want to use here. Here also string value I'm using. Like this, just rules only we are using. Okay, separate modules are there. We will discuss about modules. Okay, any doubts? Okay, guys, we'll meet tomorrow. Okay, have a nice day. See you later. Indra Reddy, do you have any queries? I'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.